What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Tuesday, August 18th, 2020. We hit some big numbers overnight, guys. We saw gold go back over $2,000, and silver is over $28. Let's go ahead and jump on into the markets and see where we're going to be starting today off at. Gold, as reported, is over 2,000 at 2,013.36. Silver is at 28.21, giving us a ratio of 71.38. Platinum is up nicely, currently at 973.05, and palladium's making a nice push towards 2,300 again, currently at 2282.09. In other metals markets, rhodium was up $300 at $11,300. Copper was up a penny at $2.93. Aluminum is down a penny at 78 cents, and uranium is steady at $32. Barrels of crude oil made a nice jump yesterday, but we are seeing it come back down slightly. It's currently at $42.65 a barrel. We had a mixed day on Wall Street yesterday. The Dow was down 86 points at 27,844.91. The Nasdaq was up 110 points at 11,129.73, which is an all-time record for them. And the S&P 500 was up 9 points at 3381.99. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, you had a great day yesterday. We did push over 12,000 yesterday, currently at 12,228.68. And if you happen to be a fan of the Utah Goldback, those are currently going off at $3.29. In today's video, I wanted to review a short article and then kind of dive into a little bit more of the background on it. This comes to us from Kitco News. Niels Christensen over there writes a lot of their articles. Of course, this one is titled, Buffett's Bet on Barrick is not a sea change in sentiment for the gold market. The global gold market is seeing renewed excitement as investors continue to react to the news that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought nearly 21 million shares of Barrick Gold in the second quarter. However, one market analyst is warning investors to not reach too much into the move, as it possibly doesn't reflect a notable transaction or transformation in the sentiment from the Oracle of Omaha. In a note Monday, Mark Chandler, chief market strategist for Bannockburn Global Forex, said that plump margins in the mining sector is what drove the investment decision. Quote, investors ought not be confused about gold mining companies versus gold bullion, he said. Chandler also said that gold bulls should also note Berkshire Hathaway's Barrick bet compared to its overall holdings. Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio is still dominated by Apple with around 44%. Barrick Gold accounts for less than 0.5%. Although Chandler doesn't see Buffett's latest move as a game changer in the gold market, he remains bullish on the yellow metal as he expects the US dollar to enter a long-term downtrend. In an interview with Kitco News last month, Chandler said that a $2,000 target for gold could prove to be a conservative estimate in the near term. Buffett has always been very opinionated in his views on gold as an investment. Quote, and I think we've all heard this from him before, gold gets dug out of the ground in Africa or someplace, then we melt it down, dig another hole, bury it again, and pay people to stand around guarding it. It has no utility. Anyone watching for Mars would be scratching their head, he said in a 1998 speech at Harvard University. Of course, that was Warren Buffett said that. So we know that over the last quarter, it would be April, May, and June. So this didn't just happen overnight. It was over Q2, according to the article. Warren Buffett bought over 21 million shares, which sounds like an awful lot of shares. It's more shares than what I personally could afford. But let's go ahead and take a look at Barrick Gold Corporation and see exactly what he's getting himself into here. So currently, we are seeing the price of Barrick Gold Corporation shares at $31.06 a share. That's up 93 cents from the close of trading last night. Yesterday's trading was the heaviest trading day that Barrick had in the last 5 years. So, in the the March downturn that we saw on the crash during the first round of the pandemic, Barrick Gold had dropped down to just around $15.50 share. So it has doubled in the last 5 months. So it makes sense that an investor would want to put a lot of money into it. So like I said, it has doubled in the last 4 months or so. 5 months since we've had the downturn. But people got excited about it. But let me pull them back up again here. Their overview. He bought 21 million shares. Their total market cap for shares is 53.57 billion shares. So 21 million shares is not a lot. It is at its all-time high currently, at least at its 52-week range. I only have 5 years of analytics on this particular stock that I can see currently, but it looks like it's definitely above its all-time, or above its 5-year high anyway. Yesterday, this stock typically, its 10-day average for trading, typically sees around 10 to 15 million shares traded a day. Yesterday, it had like 45 million shares traded. So far overnight, it's already had 302,000. Yesterday's trading had brought its 10-day average up over 20 million shares. So nice little bump in their 10-day average. But mining stocks, I don't think they don't get a lot of love in our community, but we do trade in those here at the old Independent Experience. And the one that we happen to really like, I can pull it up here, is the West Red Lake Gold Mines Incorporated, and they are located in Red Lake, Ontario. It's actually where I've spent quite a bit of time. So, I bought this back in May. It was 6.5 cents. It's a pink sheet, over-the-counter stock. So, bought it for 6.5 cents, and we haven't talked about it a lot lately, but that has doubled in price as well since May. It's currently at 13.5 cents. So, pretty decent trade. Now, I didn't go heavy on it. You might say, well, geez, it's a big risk, investing in a mining company. Well, there are some inherent risks, yes. But you know how much I spent? I spent $20, less than $20. I think even with the commission, it was still like $18.75 for 200 shares. So you can get into mining stocks for very, very, very cheap. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't make any claims to be one, but it is fun to do a little bit of day trading, and just like you would with precious metals, really. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys tempted to get into mining stocks, into that sector of investing at all because of Warren Buffett getting into it, or is it something that you guys have looked at in the past as well, as like I have? I've owned a few shares of Barrick stock in the past. Don't currently, but kind of wish I would have maybe held on to it. Yeah, I think I had 4. I don't have my notes here with me. Let's see. I don't have them easily accessible, but I believe I had 4 shares of it at one time, and I sold it at around $24 a share. So let me know down in the comments what you guys have to think about the mining sector and whether or not you feel like investing in mining companies is a good bet. Be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old Indie XP, why don't you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me right there. It helps me beat those YouTube algorithms. If you happen to be new to the independent experience, why don't you go ahead and consider smashing that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can keep notified of when new content is coming out. I'm going to put a card right here. This is going to be the latest and greatest video right here, so make sure you check that out at the end of this video. Guys, I have been Indie XP from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.